Alright, what's popping, guys? What is up? Taboo Von Hecken. Alright. A couple more things I gotta set up here, and we'll play some games, talk some tech, and have a good old day. Just say Turlex. Oh, you're Turlex from chat. Okay, got it. Cool. I don't think I've seen you in any of these streams before. Right? I can't say I remember the username. Okay. So that went through. I hate how the thumbnail does not update on honestly, man. Just been quiet. I've watched streams before. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you in chat before. Alright, who's this one thing? I hate how all these things are case specific. Alright, just got finish this up real quick. And then we'll hop in. Any of you guys watching E3? Treylex, you been watching any new E3 stuff? The only thing I've been really looking forward to is I still need to get a PS5. I'd like to get one. It's just I think there's none available in my area for a decent price at least. But the new Ratchet and Clank looks sick. I've been watching a couple people. I was watching a couple live streams today of people play it. It looks crazy. It looks so good. Okay. Alright, so I'm still happy with my PS3. Ooh. See, I had a friend who had a PS2. You know, we always play was we'd play Star Wars Battlefront all the time. That was the game, man. It was Star Wars Battlefront 2, I think, was what it was. So much fun. It was like the first ever game I ever played from DICE. But one of my favorite not manufacturers, but the people that make it. Oh, they came out with Battlefield, right? They had the new Battlefield trailer come out the other day. Alright, so your opinion on the best place to buy a good gaming PC? It depends. Do you have like any local stores? So if you have like a Best Buy or if you like a Best Buy or Micro Center, I'd probably go with that. But there's a couple other online places if you're interested in that. I would usually just recommend in-store mostly because shipping times are a lot lower. If you go in-store, it's gonna take you about 2 months to get anything shipped in from just from your order. It's gonna take 2 months to get there. You wish so you don't have a Best Buy near you. If you don't have a Best Buy near you, you're kind of not out of luck, but it's just gonna take forever for anything to get to you. I can pull up a couple sites if you want to take a look at them. So I'll kind of go with, if you're trying to go with the best value, like a town over. If you're willing to make the trip, I would definitely do it, especially if you're looking to spend a lot of money. Like if you're looking to spend like 2K on a system, I would probably end up going that town over to see it. But yeah. Where can I get a tempered glass because I broke my PC glass? Usually you can go to the manufacturer's website and submit some sort of claim on it. I don't know if it's some like really shady kind of like Chinese company that doesn't really have any representatives in the United States, then you're probably gonna be out of luck. But I'm assuming most retailers that at least have a United States presence will ship it to you. Okay, yeah. So dog game here. I'll pull up a couple sites that you can take a look at. I'll kind of work my way up in terms of value. So, cyber power. Oh, that's another one. All right. So I got my 3 sites pulled up that I usually recommend to people. So this one is like, so if you're someone who just wants to get the best bang for your buck, I would probably go with these guys. So they don't have the best selection, and they're not like a large company. They have really good customer support. I know these guys pretty well. If you've ever been on one of these streams, I usually talk about these guys. I love their PCs. They're great guys to talk to. I talk to their owner a lot. He's a really nice dude. I've done a review on one of their PCs if you want to check that out. Again, just overall great group of people. I think it's a small company, so I always like to support the smaller companies out there. But they make some pretty solid products. The one that I got to test out was this Celsa, and I loved it. For the price of it, it was pretty decent. But you can check those out. If you don't want to buy from a smaller company, you don't have to go from them. But usually I recommend them, and then I've got a discount code with them, so you can get $50 off, which basically just pays for your shipping. If you want any of these. But yeah, so they start at like $700 and they kind of scale up, but most of these are sold out if you go up any higher. And you got some upgrade options and stuff like that too. And then Cyber Power is kind of the other one that I'll recommend to people, just because they're cheap. I'm not cheap, but like decent for like the pricing. Sometimes you'll have some problems with quality control and stuff like that, just because they're just trying to get out as many PCs as they possibly can. Within a period of time. So sometimes you'll have some issues with maybe like a fan header not plugged in, or maybe like a mounting bracket isn't fully secured or something like that. So there has been some bad instances of things like this from Cyber Power, and then I guess IBA Power and Cyber Power are pretty interchangeable when it comes to most of the business models. But yeah, usually those are the 2 that I'll usually recommend to people. And then if you want fully custom, I usually talk about CLX. It's kind of the one company I always talk about as well. But I have a review video on a CLX gaming PC and an IWN one on the channel if you want to check those out, if you want to see more about that. Dark Arts Fits, is that MSI case something like that? If it's an MSI case, I'm assuming you probably get some sort of replacement. Let's go for a question you're going to hate me for. So Radeon has driver issues, right? I'm getting a postcode D3. Postcode D3. When do you expect the Radeon drivers? Postcode D3 where? Is it a postcode D3? So like when the Windows crashes, that's the blue screen of death. It just says it just says D3 on it. I haven't had any problems with my AMD drivers. I've had absolutely none. I mean, the only problems I've ever had with the card, again, like I say, is Destiny 2, but it's just because the game itself isn't meant to run on RDNA or just any of the Radeon cards. So it's a motherboard postcode. I mean, you looked in your manual. What motherboard is it? Have you looked in your manual to see what D3 stands for? If you look in the manual, or if you can just tell me what kind of motherboard you have, I can pretty much just look it up for you real quick if you want. What are your thoughts on the Red Dragon K580 keyboard? I'm not a huge keyboard person, but Lena, the mod in chat, she should be able to answer some stuff for that. What is it called? The Red Dragon K580? I'm assuming it's this one, right? Red Dragon K580. X570 Crosshair D3. Some of the architectural protocols are not available. Okay. Now I'll copy and paste this one real quick and see if I can figure out that postcode. D3. A lot of times, have you taken your CMOS battery out yet? A lot of times, if there's just a motherboard issue, Post D3. Okay, so the new driver translates a postcode of my AC's Cuber boosts into the AA post, but as soon as I get into the driver settings, the post becomes a D3 postcode. But I went back, so you might just need to go to a previous version of your driver. Do you know if the Celsa will ever add an LHR option to their PCs? I mean, probably not specifically, but yeah, if they can get their hands on anything, yeah, they'll probably go for it. It's not like they're trying to just get their hands on any GPU. It's not like they specifically want any type. They just want any GPU they can get their hands on. Oh, you gotta clear CMOS button. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like this is gonna be the answer to your code. I mean, a lot of times if you have an update, and something goes wrong after you update it, just reinstall a later version of it. So if you, yeah, you might have just updated your GISA code a little bit earlier. Sometimes there's bugs in it. So yeah, that's probably what I would suggest you to do. Red Dragon makes a pretty good budget keyboard. I think it looks sick. I mean, the RGB looks cool, and it's got a little wheel over there. I mean, yeah, it looks cool. I don't know. Again, I'm not a huge keyboard nerd, so I don't know. I got a 5600. Oh, that's pretty. XT is not out that, yo. Oh, you're talking about the GPU. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, dude, that's sick. How much did you get for? I'll try that Monday because I'm not at home. Yeah. So usually what you can just do if you want to roll back, I mean, you probably know how to install BIOS update. So if you just go to, what is it? Asus.com. You can literally just go to their motherboards and components. It should be in support. Motherboards, AMD. Well, let's just. I think this is one. You should just be able to go to support here, and then it should have all of the driver versions on it. Yeah, support, driver and tools, BIOS firmware. And this is the, yeah, so this is probably the BIOS version. So you can see all of them if you just hit expand all. These are all the BIOS versions that you should get. So probably don't install a beta version. I'd probably go with the version 3401 if you want something like that. $400, that's actually pretty good, man. There's an Agisa 3502 driver out now. Yeah, I'd probably just get the 3401 because it's gonna be stable. I'll usually go back. I would never get anything that says the beta version because it might be unstable for most systems. I don't know if $400 for a 5600X is a good deal, to be honest. It's better than what most people can get cards for. I mean, right now, my local Micro Center, let's see what GPUs are going for right now. So, I mean, all these are in stock. I can go and get these, but it's just a crap ton of money. So they don't have any lower end cards. They mostly just have AMD cards in stock right now, but they're still crazy expensive. So like 6900 XT, it's a lot. And then, I mean, the 6700 XTs are so crazy overpriced, dude. Like, look at these things. It's $900 for a charger. This is like a low end 6800 XT, man. But for now, I bet people would kill for it. Yeah, to be honest, yeah, a lot of people would kill for it. I don't think I've seen any 60 or 50,000 series cards like recently at all. Damn, that's cheap. No, it's not. But I don't know. It's kind of cool that I have a store at least that if I really wanted a gaming GPU, a current one, I could go get it. I mean, all of these are. Well, this is just a 6800. So 6800, it's about a little bit more over the price than it should be. I paid $2K for my 6900 XT, so $1,700 is cheap, I guess. It's still stupid expensive. That's probably the cheapest 6900 XT you can get around here. You get the Liquid Devil. So they have. So the weird thing with the 6900 XT is that they have the 69. Okay, so no, that's not it. So it's this one. It's a 6900 XT Ultimate, and all it is like it's a better bend core, but it can just overclock like crazy. I was watching some people. This thing can overclock to like 3 gigahertz. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And it's the same thing with this Toxic version. It's like this XTXH, I think, is the designation for it. It's the Navi 21 XTXH is the name of the GPU on it. Dude, I think the Toxic ones look clean AF, though. Looks so sick. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Top Threes? Yeah, mine crashes at... If you just got a normal version, yeah, you're probably not going to be able to push it too hard. Probably not. It also depends on what model you got. So from what I was looking at, the power phases on a lot of these 6900 XTs, especially the reference model, is not great for the kind of wattage that you should be able to pull through the card. I think the only company that did it pretty well is actually this one, the Phantom Gaming. Like ASRock actually had a pretty decent capacitor setup on it. The rest of them were kind of meh. You got the Tough OC, nice. So I actually have that same card. I have the same model, but mine's the 6800. I love it, man. That Tough looks sick. I love it. It's big though. So I've got like a small case, and I don't have like a metal supported bracket or anything like that. I'm thinking about getting a PCIe support bracket for the GPU, because right now I have so mine's a mini or M-ATX case, so it's not very big. So like the GPU is like basically just right above the shroud. So I took an eraser, like a big chunky eraser, cut it in half. Basically, I'm using it on the end of the GPU just to prop it up so it doesn't like keep on sagging down. Yeah, it is big, dude. It barely fits in your case. Yeah, I know. So the other thing I was kind of looking at was getting a new case. So the case that I was kind of looking at was, so I wanted to get something kind of like this. So I was looking to get I want to get one of these Corsair ones, but I would want to get one that doesn't have the perforations in the front of it. I just like the black slab, and I know it wouldn't be the best for airflow. But I think it's just a overall cleaner look, and it's not like I'm gonna be running anything that hard. I'm not a crazy overclocker either, so I've got a H510. Got to check out the Discord sometime. It's in there. Okay, got it. You got an H5. Oh, an H510. Oh yeah, it's probably not great at all for that. Of course. So this is the one thing with Micro Center's website. It's so bad. So I thought the stream just crashed there. I just thought the stream crashed there for a second. Yeah, so this site's so bad it will just crash and make your entire Chrome tab just glitch out. Yeah, so I know there's a version of it which is a solid front panel. The other one I was kind of looking at was this one, even though it's like super cheap. But it's like, I've built in this case a couple times. I've built this in this case for friends, and when I used to build PCs for people, this is the case. Like this case, and then the micro or the M-ATX version of this case is the ones that I would use all the time, just because it looks super clean when you put everything in it, and it has all the features that you want. It's built pretty well, but it's also like not that expensive. Currently at Hershey Park. First day, oh, cool, man. Hershey Park, I think, I've got some family going up there for a lacrosse tournament, man. That's cool. You mean the normal 4000D? Yeah, yeah, that's probably what I would go for. So yeah, look, it's stupid. I don't know if it's just Micro Center's page. I don't know if it's just that, but they always seem to have problems with their websites. I don't know if it's just influx of people going through or what, but I don't know. Alright, so I have not played any of this yet. This is what I was planning on doing today. I got into this a little while ago. I haven't finished it yet. It's called Hades. I haven't played it in a while, though. Yeah, so the two cases I was looking at to get were all ATX cases. But the problem with ATX cases is, I'd probably would want to invest in an ATX motherboard, which I don't know if I would like to get a new motherboard, but I don't have the need for it right now. Like, I don't have the need to get a new CPU. My CPU right now is perfectly fine. I don't have a need to get pretty much anything else. Like, the only thing I might want to get is, like, a new power supply. But other than that, there's no need for me to get anything else new in terms of hardware. The only reason I would like a new case is just because this case is just a pain to take apart and do some stuff, because for some reason I didn't have my my front panel audio connected. I never had it connected for some reason. So I had to go in there yesterday, and it was just a pain because I had to take literally everything out. I had to take out my GPU, I had to take out basically all of my plugs and everything like that, because everything was just such a tight fit. I had to take out all my PCIe devices, and it just got kind of hectic just for me trying to put in a front panel audio header. What do we want to go for? Special deals, nah. Cast damages foes in an area, knocks them away. After you take damage, yeah, I'll probably go with that one. Okay. Let's go with this one. Nope. Not what we want to do. I still haven't really used the controls on this game too much. All PCIe devices, imagine 4 PCIe cards. Yeah. So I can only fit 2 on my system. So I've got my Wi-Fi card, and then I've got my GPU. You're in school. You're still in school, Zeke? Dude, it's like supposed to be summer break for everybody. Oh, shit. See, I hate these. Yeah, so I'm gonna die here. Yep. So what I'm trying to do right now is this game, if you guys have ever played this, it's called a roguelike. I've never been a huge fan of them, but this one's a lot of fun. And I haven't played this one in a while. I don't think I'm a fan of this gun. I like being able to deflect stuff. What custom build company would I go with if I had to choose? That's not a really simple question for me. I'd probably, if I had to choose, I'd go with Micro Center's pre-builds. Like, if I had to buy one, I'd go with Micro Center pre-builds, but I know a lot of people don't have Micro Center near them, so that's kind of a hard one. Nah, I get out late. Oh, okay. Breaks for the week. You're in classroom. Okay, cool. My brain isn't working. Okay, Turlex. Sorry, I gotta check this real quick. Alright, what do we want to go for? I don't think I've got any Zeus traits yet, so we'll go with Zeus. I get in late, though. I get in September 18th. That is pretty late. Oh, dude, this is the worst one. It's just so close range. See, this is the one where I wish I had a melee weapon. Oh, buddy, I hate that so much. When they die, if you're too close, just get murked. Just gotta use this special here. Take this guy out. Woo. Bruh. Get off of me. Get him. Alright, cool. I get in late against this September, so weird. Time for Time for some PC building sim. You play him? See, that game was kind of fun. I enjoyed it to some extent, but I don't know. I got kind of tired of it because it's not even close to the real thing, you know. I'm much rather doing it in person. Dude, why am I getting so many of these levels with these bomber guys? This is case incomplete in it. The game is broken for it. Oh yeah. Yeah, again, I'm not a huge fan of PC build sim. Bruh. Bruh. Dude, I'm dead. I'm so dead. These snake guys are so ass to fight against, dude. Chillax is when my brain even working. I don't have... When is my brain even... Oh, okay. So, do we want to increase our poison damage? I might as well. I probably need to start just going for elixir, because I gotta... yeah, I should probably just go for upgrades at this point. But that's a boss fight. I don't really feel like going on a boss fight right now. Should I get a Peripheral Blue? Is that company that people are talking to me about, Peripheral? Let's see. Let's copy and paste that. Peripheral Blue. Images. Oh, wait. Shop. So I'm guessing that's 2600. i5 2600. No, I would not go with this. I would not buy this. No. Nope. Because you know what? If you're fine with buying from these people, you should be fine buying from these people. And the pricing on this, like this system is better. What is that noise? I don't even know what that... It can't be the chat feature. I don't know what that could have been. Oh, it's Peripheral. Yeah. No. Yeah, if you're okay with going these guys, it's literally better specs. Literally better specs for less money. You ordered an IWM PC? Nice, dude. Any idea when you're supposed to get it? So honestly, if you want to get like a cheaper PC of that, like it looks fine. If you get the 16 gigs of RAM option, which is what I would highly suggest, if you go with that, dude, stellar performance. Stellar performance, dude. And if you use the discount code in my on the Discord, if you go to the Discord and look up there's like a little referrals tab. I think it's just HWJK. You get $50 off your purchase. When will PS5s be on Best Buy? They probably have been. It's just, again, purchasing any of these things is so hard to get right now. I'm going to be posting a video here probably this weekend just talking about that whole supply issue. PS5s and Xbox Ones are not going to be in high supply at any point this year. Sorry if that is not good news. I mean, of course it's not good news, but I know I feel sorry for you. But they're not going to be in high supply at all this year. I think the earliest a lot of people are predicting is Q1 of next year. And the main reason for that is the company that produces the chips for those particular products, so the PS5 and the Xbox. So that company is called AMD. They make a bunch of other stuff too that are in really high demand, and a lot of times those items make them more money than producing those chips. Now they do have contracts with Sony and Xbox to make a certain amount, but when it comes to what products they want to produce more, they're probably going to produce their own stuff more than those consoles, because they make way better margins on those. But yeah, it's just kind of and plus they only have a certain amount of chips that they can create at a time, so they basically have to choose between making a bunch of Xbox and PS5 APUs, or making a bunch of their desktop and server CPUs, or their desktop GPUs, which they make a ton of money from their server CPUs, they make a ton of money from their desktop CPUs, they make okay money from their GPUs, but that's pretty much where they're putting all their stuff into. So yeah. Is it a good idea to get a PC on Amazon? People say it's trash for some reason. I mean, I don't think Amazon in general is trash. It just really depends on where you buy from. Like, if you buy something from Amazon, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It really just depends on what company manufactures it. And you have to make sure that it's actually the company, because a lot of the big problem with Amazon is that they'll have resellers. So pretty much anybody can go on to Amazon and start selling stuff. So people will just basically start their own quote-unquote business. So they call it drop shipping now or whatever. But people will do something similar with PCs, and they'll just be really crappy PCs. So make sure that you check who the seller is and where it's shipping in from. Make sure that's actually the company. I want a CyberPower PC. I mean, CyberPower PCs usually aren't terrible. Again, if you're looking to order, if you have if you have got a Best Buy near you, yeah, I'd recommend that. So I guess we can look at Best Buy right now. So gaming PC. I think most of the ones that Best Buy sells are gonna be either CyberPower or one of those other ones. So so this one's not bad at all. For $1,600, you're getting a pretty good CPU with actually a great GPU. It's one of the newer ones, 6700 XT, brand new, and you're coming in for, again, $1,600. I don't think that's a bad system at all. Again, it really just depends on what your budget is. Like, any of these would be fine. I think most of them are all pretty decent. This one with the 11600KF and then a 1660 Super, that's pretty much what most people are gonna be spending when it comes to like the $1,000 price range. But yeah, it depends on third party. I just walk into Best Buy. Yeah, Best Buy, again, I think most people are kind of sleeping on Best Buy when it comes to PCs. But yeah, so usually what I'd do is you can order it for in-store pickup. So like maybe they don't have it in your store, but you can order it for in-store pickup. But then that store is liable for, well, not liable, but like you can take it to them for repairs and returns while it's under Best Buy's warranty. And that's usually what I'll end up recommending to most people. And this actual Lenovo Legion one actually looks pretty good. I like the Lenovo Legion series are pretty good. You want a $1,000 PC? This one's pretty good. For what you're getting, most companies do not offer this good of specs for that much money. Like, you're getting an 8-core. This is actually the same CPU that I use in my system. And then you've got a 1660 Super, which is again another great overall GPU. Should be able to play all your games at 1080p. Should be a good system. I've heard a lot of great things from these Lenovo Legions as well. So you can kind of look around. Again, most of the time I usually recommend spending a little bit above $1,000 if you're able to. So maybe if you're able to spend, again, depending on how much you want to spend, yeah, it really doesn't matter too much. Yeah, but again, like Elena's saying in chat, Lenovo is one of my favorite brands for most things, just because they usually make some pretty great value and pretty great quality stuff. Should I buy HP if I want to upgrade? Not really. I usually am not a fan of the OEMs, which are basically just going to be HP and Dell. Both of those two companies usually don't have very high quality systems. Like, this is not a good system. This is terrible for the price and for the, like, look at this. Look at this trash in here. Like, it's so bad. And that's a render. It's not even like what the system's gonna look like. It's gonna look 10 times worse. These are all renders. And I understand why they probably do renders, because I don't want their system to look absolutely god-awful, but yeah. Yeah, Go-Go Power Rangers, yeah. Yeah, so usually I don't recommend HP or Dell. Usually I'll go with a system integrator, so that's SIs. So that's me companies like CyberPower, iBuyPower, all those companies who are buying items from these distributors, or from these like AIBs, so like MSI and stuff like that, and then putting it all together in a PC. Opposed from Dell and HP, who contract people to make parts. And then they basically make them at the lowest spec possible. So they contract people to make these motherboards, and they do them at the lowest spec possible in order to just like have it pass as a system, you know. So it's usually why I do not recommend these companies. And what's going on, Kazi? Go-Go Power Rangers. Oh, what's up, Davee? HP is not upgradable because they use their, yeah, same thing with Dell. They use a lot of proprietary stuff, so they'll use proprietary power connectors and stuff like that. So usually I don't recommend them just for that reason. This camera is a bit too far up in my face. I was looking like Nick Merckx there for a second. Think centers aren't bad. They're usually a little bit more pricey just because they're technically supposed to be like a workstation / desktop kind of thing. But if you can find one with decent like overall hardware in it, that's something you want. Yeah, you can go with that. I trust three pre-built companies. Lol. I usually don't trust a lot of them. Again, I'll usually at least if it's in store, I'll usually go out and at least try it, because then at least I can check on my own to see if I like it or not, and then just bring them back to the store if I don't. But I was talking about I have a laptop video out if you guys want to see that. But the main thing I've been pushing right now, even if you're looking for a desktop, I'd probably go with laptops right now, just because the pricing of these things is just so good right now. Like I think Rotated has this one, or Oceanic, if you guys are in the server. He has the same one. I was talking to him about it. He really likes it. So this is like a super small laptop, but it's got brand new 3060 in it, 8-core Ryzen 9 CPU in it, and then it's got a 144Hz panel. And all that cool stuff. Hey, thank you, Literally Dash, for subscribing. And yeah, it's only $1,500, so it's crazy. Like Discord, Chrome, and Game. Is CyberPower a trustworthy company? Yeah, they're trustworthy. It just, again, there's variation to how to their overall quality assurance, right? So usually when I talk about CyberPower, I usually recommend people to go into Best Buy and buy it. Because if there's any problems with the PC, you can just return it to Best Buy instead of having to wait the few months it's going to take for you to get a return from CyberPower itself. So if you have a Best Buy near you, again, I would go through these PCs and see what ones are in your price range and what ones are good, and pick from those. Again, I usually kind of steer clear from Dell. I usually steer clear from HP. Lenovo is usually a pretty decent company. CyberPower, iBuyPower are usually companies that I'll buy from at these places. But yeah, those are usually the companies that I'll usually kind of stick to. Sorry, I didn't read your stuff, Kazi. Oh, I only. How does an i5 10th gen perform with a few apps open, like Discord, Chrome, and a game? If you're just using an i5, if it's like, it depends. If it's a desktop or a mobile CPU. If it's a desktop CPU, it should be fine. I'd assume it'd be fine. If it's a laptop, I don't know. It'd really depend on what SKU you get, but I would assume if you're just having a couple like low-powered apps, so again, Chrome, Discord, in a game, maybe not. But if it's a desktop system, yeah, you should be fine. Yeah, desktop, yeah, you're good. You're good. Because, I mean, at the minimum, they have 6 cores. And, I mean, at least hoping that you're not... at least hoping that you're not using its integrated graphics for that, then, yeah, I'd probably just say stick with that. And the other thing I noticed is that CLX sells a lot of these things to Best Buy as well. See, okay, I like CLX as a company, but you gotta buy it from their site. Like, I would never buy one of these systems. Like, this is just too much money, because the configurations that CLX does for their pre-builds, I get it. They're a company, so they're gonna try to optimize profit a lot. But the thing I like about their site is that you can pick which parts you want to spend a lot of money on and what ones you don't. So, I mean, I don't really think I want a 6 terabyte hard drive, which makes this thing so much. I don't think anybody really needs 64 gigs of memory. And if they do, they're video editing. And if you are video editing, you should not be using an AMD graphics card. So, I do not understand. Do you think 3000 series will ever be back in stock? Yeah. I mean, again, I think the speculation right now is going to be, what was it? I think early quarter, so quarter 1 of next year, I think is when people were saying it should get back to normal, which I know it's not what a lot of people want to hear, but that's just kind of the general, what the general consensus is right now amongst the hardware community, that it's going to be till first quarter next one. Yeah, Q1 next year seems far, but it isn't. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if you just have something that can play games right now, like if you have an older console and it gets you by, I'd wait. I mean, or if you really want something, I don't think that buying right, you're not going to regret buying any of these systems right now. Like if you want to go and buy a CyberPower desktop, I don't think they're terrible value. Of course, they're not the best, just considering the market right now. But as of right now, it's not. I don't think it's a bad thing at all to go out and buy one of these. I've got my Xbox One S. It's good for now, but I still want to use something better. Yeah, so the only thing I have a problem with my Xbox is that it just has slow loading times. But I don't play on my Xbox anymore. I was thinking about getting, maybe when SSDs, like, say the SSDs get a lot more cheaper, because I don't want to spend $100 trying to make a console, like, work a little bit faster. But I don't know. It's just like, but yeah, you can replace the hard drives in those with SSDs and make them just move a lot faster in terms of loading. And I mean, it's just loading, just pulling up stuff and loading stuff. It should be 10 times, well, not 10 times faster, but at least twice as fast. At the very least, twice as fast in terms of loading stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of just waiting to see when stuff kind of comes back to how it should be, because right now it's just not a good time. I heard AMD is better for multitasking. I mean, not really. I mean, okay, so probably what they're referencing is AMD's better multi-threaded performance. So here, I'll kind of show you. This is gonna be a bit technical here. So my CPU has got 8 cores. So each CPU has, usually if it's hyper-threaded, you're gonna have 2 threads per core. Basically, that's a thread is how the operating system kind of sees things where it can execute commands on. So each thread is able to do its own kind of set of commands, and you're able to kind of do that along all the threads. So depending on how many threads you have in your processor, the more commands that you can run at a certain time. AMD in general just has a better core, and they can do things a lot better when you're doing a bunch of things. So like if you're like editing videos and stuff like that, you're using a lot of your threads. So in terms of multi-core performance, AMD is just gonna be better. But you're not going to see a noticeable difference if you just have a couple applications open. Like if you're doing something like hardcore, like you're doing video editing, you're doing a bunch of rendering and like 3D modeling and stuff like that, then yes, AMD is probably the way to go. But if you're just playing games and you have a couple tabs open, you're not going to see a difference between the multi-threading performance of them, you know? Light technology is, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of light tech. I was thinking going with light tech. Again, Dala. I don't know if you've been here, but I usually, for most people, I recommend if you're going with, if you want to go cheap, I'd go with these guys. IWN Industries. Again, been friends with these guys for a while. Love to talk to them. They give me a bunch of info about all the stuff that I need to know about in the computer industry. And super nice people. Small company, small business. So if you want to support a small business, they're pretty sick. But if you want to check out their PCs, I have a review on one of them if you want to check that out on my channel. It's called the IWN Celsius. So I took a look at this one. I liked it a lot. But yeah. I at first thought they were good, but after some questionable reviews, the most hardcore thing I would do is stream and game at the same time. So yeah, you might want to. Well, again, it depends. If you have an NVIDIA GPU, then you shouldn't really be worrying about your CPU, because if you have an NVIDIA GPU, you should be using your NVENC encoder to stream. So, which is running off of your GPU. If you have one of those and you're not looking for like a beefy CPU, like the only CPU that I would recommend streaming off of would probably something like a 3900X. So like a 12-core processor. That's probably where I would probably say like, hey, you can stream off the CPU and play games off of the system at the same time if you want. But after that, I wouldn't do anything with less cores to stream off of and game at the same time. IWN is just out of stock. For like for like these higher end stuff, yes, they're out of stock. But you're able to buy their recons and stuff like that. So again, if people are like looking for like a $700 gaming PC, like this is pretty much it. What about Alcaro? Let's see. No. Not Amazon. Opening soon. I have no idea. That's kind of too much money. Rip. Yes, make comments. It's on Amazon. I'd probably go with one. I'd probably buy straight from a site. I usually don't trust companies that I don't know off of Amazon. That's just usually kind of my rule of thumb. If I've never heard of them before and they're the seller off of Amazon, I usually just don't go with them. I usually buy straight from a site instead, you know. But yeah, Kazi, as long as you get a decent GPU, you really don't have to worry about your CPU a whole lot. Who is that?
Hey, you must be the Hades kid.
I've been to Ace Gaming. They went out of business, I think, just because of the pandemic and stuff like that. She gonna give me something?
I'll let you go. But there's one rule in my place, which is nobody leaves here empty-handed.
You're a dice? Is that what I say?
Take your pick.
You're a dite? I don't know. Loved by the gods, up to 2 random boons of yours are granted to the next rarity. An underworld delicacy of 4 random boons of your. A rare and fragrant beverage. The next 3 boons you find have upgraded rarity. An underworld delicacy up to 4 random boons of yours gain. So they go up or you get rarities, huh? Yeah, again. I don't know.
You got it, man.
Cheers.
Okay, cool.
I'll see you.
Take care.
You must have a lot of stops around these parts, don't you, Kara, mate?
So this guy is the dude who needs the coin for. I think he takes people to the underworld, right? I talked to him. I might snag that though.
Business.
This is a boss fight. Not a fan of this boss fight because I can't cheese it with this gun.
It's been too long.
Hey Don Dollar, thank you for subscribing. Oh shit. Dude, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. So many skeletons, bruh. Killed him. Let's go. Oh shoot, I cannot aim. Bruh. Dude. See, I had this one weapon. I think I might go back to it. So there's this weapon I can get. It's called. It's like the. It's a. I think it's like a bident or like a trident or whatever the heck it's called. But it would let me deflect attacks a lot, so it'd make this encounter super easy, because you can just deflect all of these attacks back at the. You just spam attack basically. Whew. Should I kill this last one over here? That one's dead? Okay, cool. See? He's so dumb, bruh. His attacks are so bad. Sorry, I'll answer your question here in a second, or whatever your comment is, Kazi. Okay, thank God. Alright. I think I might be getting a job next year would be perfect time, assuming everything goes back to normal. Yeah, I honestly think that right now it's probably not a great time to buy stuff, but I don't know. All right, we need as much of that purple stuff as we can because we're just trying to get upgrades this run. Because I know I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna win this one. All right. What is this one? So I can get rid of stuff for coin.
Bad time to be a little short of coin.
Yeah, I probably just need to go for as much as... I don't know what that purple stuff is called, but we need to get as much of it as possible. Elysium, I think that's what it's called. I read comments on a Rust benchmark video asking why they get low FPS on a Threadripper lol. Yeah, because I think Rust is only like a single-threaded... It's pretty much a single-threaded game. I don't think it's a game where... again, a lot of older games will only run on one or two threads, which will not utilize the CPU very well. And Threadripper doesn't have because it is like that, it won't utilize. Of course, that guy came back. Because Threadripper has a bunch of cores on it, it won't clock very high single core. So yeah, it probably does not perform very well on Rust. But I don't know. I've never played Rust before, so I don't know the. Stupid butterflies hurt, bruh. Hurt bad. Gotta get around these butterflies.
There we go. See that execute.
Okay, cool. Attack is a 3-round burst. You never have to reload. I heard it came to console. Yeah, I had friends who played on console. They said it was not great. I never really liked those type of game modes, or just those type of games in general, just because I've never been a fan. I don't know, man. It's never really appealed to me a lot. Mainly because of the fact it kind of has that same feeling as a battle royale has to me. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the stuff is kind of luck driven. But I mean, there definitely is skill to it. I don't know. It's the same kind of genre as like Conan Exiles and stuff like that, right? And what's the other game that's kind of like it? Conan Exiles is the one that it makes me think of most. Dude. Yeah, so the other thing in this game is you do not regen health whatsoever unless you build perks for it. But even when you do regen health, it's like nothing. So the entire goal of this game is just to not take damage whatsoever, which is hard as balls, dude. Where is this flower? What? Where are these things coming from? But Tarkov, I want that game. Kind of Exile, Ark Survival, Evolved. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. It was Rust. Or not, sorry, Ark. Only played Ark, but would love to play all those. Yeah, so they're all pretty similar, from what I've heard. Oh, I played Ark a little bit. See, I didn't like Ark at all. It wasn't that it was like boring or anything. It was just like, I don't know. It's just not my kind of game flow. Like I like action, but I like action that I don't know. Like this is difficult, super difficult, but it's weird because like you can kind of progress through it. With Ark, it just kind of you feel helpless sometimes. That's why I didn't like it. Yeah, because I remember when I first started the game. I think in my first 5 lives, I got killed by velociraptors off spawn, so it was just like, I just did not have fun. Dude. Okay. Alright, cool. That's fine. So if you guys have ever played a roguelike before, when you die, you start at the very beginning. No, okay, buddy.
So tell me something, Father, please, since we're more candid lately in regard to matters of my birthright here and all. Did you and Mother, how to put this, any brothers or sisters I should know about?
Well, now I need to play that. Yeah, it's a very fun game. Hades was a very well-known game. Like it was like last year. It's probably one of the most acclaimed games out there.
Sure, that's fair enough. It's just not all such things occur as planned.
Thou blast my brothers and blast you as well. All those who knew me know I have no hair. You could not rise to the occasion if you tried. And there is no one else. You are only me. And I am only you.
Okay. Cool. Why does she want to talk to me, bro?
Wrong foot from the start. Just what happens when you're born of tightly blood, I guess.
Okay.
It's for the best we ever.
But they're your sisters. I mean, they're family. We must have something in common, some way of...
You're more my sister than they.
Yeah, it's just like weird, like Greek mythology stuff. If you ever like were into the Percy Jackson stuff, this game's a lot of fun.
Hey, look, I understand. I really do.
Can I get something new? Oh, cool. Nope. All right. Let's see what we can upgrade here. Death Defiance, yes. All right, that was the upgrade I was looking for. So now we get 2 lives every run we get, instead of just 1, which is a huge upgrade. This means I should probably get about a third further than I usually do. Okay, so this, yeah, the Bident is this one was my favorite. Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. Alright, I remember this. I remember this. Okay. Got it, Zeus. Dash. Your cast. Special. Nah, let's just do this Thunder Dash. Yeah, so look how easy the levels are at the beginning. Like this is technically just the first level. You can like just stagger these guys. I forget what I use those things for. It's like I don't know what it was. Yeah, of course, I forget how to dodge these guys. Okay, get some coin. Go this way. Nice. Alright, cool. Oh, okay, we're getting a little bit careless. What got you into doing YouTube? I usually just like to teach people stuff. That was like always kind of my thing, and I really liked computer hardware. I mean, I was always like every other kind of cringy middle schooler. Like I tried to make like gaming videos back when I was a kid, but again, those never did well, as you can see. But I love doing this. I mean, it's more of a hobby. I think I kind of started it last year just because I got super bored during the pandemic. I couldn't do anything, and I love talking about computer hardware or just learning about it in general. So that was kind of like my main thing. But yeah, it has to be something that you like to do. Cringe, yeah, I know. But yeah, when you're middle school, everybody makes a YouTube channel in middle school and tries to upload stuff. Your special, they're all special attacks. I don't want to reintroduced. Okay, cool.
Just right.
The pandemic was pretty good for the new YouTubers, streamers. Yeah, it was. Oh, this is sick. I like this. It's like Ricochet, bruh. Of course, I get hit. More pre-built PC reviews on the way? Yes. Not immediately. I've got some more stuff I gotta do. The main reason why I don't have any going on right now is mostly just because most of the companies that I talk to are super busy with orders right now. And from just a business standpoint, it probably doesn't make sense for them to send out stuff while they're still trying to just make up inventory. So I've got some stuff from IWN I'm supposed to do. I think Max Ferris wanted to send me out another one. I haven't really contacted a whole bunch of companies about it yet because I've got some other content that I wanted to put out. I still got this Dell gaming PC that I want to take a look at and just kind of work on. But yeah, and I cannot dodge these guys for some odd reason. Get out of the way. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's kind of the main reason. But I love doing those review videos. I think those are probably some of my best content on this channel. Your attack inflicts doom. Okay, let's do that one. I love to see some reviews just on specific PC parts or GPU or CPU. Okay, cool. Okay. See, I would like to get into that. But, see, I would love to do that. But I would need to... The hard part with that is... Now, man, I don't know how I want to word this. So, it's hard to do that for a couple of reasons. For me especially, I can't just talk to the companies that make the parts and just ask them to give me one or for review, just like for like a day or two, just to take a look at it. I would go out and buy them myself, but the hard part about that is that I don't have a whole lot of money. I would love to do it, but the main thing here is if I would start making, like, if I started making a bunch more content and I kind of got this stuff down, I would definitely be doing that. Now, of course, I'm going to be doing, like, whenever I get a new piece of tech, like, just for my family or for me personally, like, I'm going to be getting a new laptop here in a little bit. Probably in the next couple weeks. I'm definitely going to be doing a review on that and just talking about the mobile specs and stuff like that, and probably do a couple videos on those, just to sit down and talk about it. But that's kind of the hard part with doing any sort of tech content creation. Is that a lot of times you either already have to have like pretty good connections, like, or you've been doing it for like a long time where you've built up those connections to be able to get those parts, or you just have enough disposable income off the bat to be able to invest in those part reviews, because reviews always do super well. Like, reviews are always going to be my videos that do the best out of all of them, because those are the things, again, I put a lot of time and work into those, and I mean, it's the number one thing that helps people. So I think that's pretty much the main reason why those ones do so well. And I love making the review videos. They're probably my favorite ones to make. Other than these live streams, I like live streams a lot too. To be honest, you shouldn't have posted that picture that Dell does up on Discord. It went south very, very quickly. What do you mean? How'd it go south? I didn't see any bad comments. Oh, in Discord? Oh. Wow. I mean, I didn't see what you guys said about it in Discord. I mean, the first 5 minutes was fine. Right now, it isn't a very good time, lol, so I understand you. Yeah. I was kind of upset just about what's going on right now, because it's hard for me to make like content about like good PCs and how to put stuff together and stuff like that, because right now it just doesn't make sense because it doesn't apply to most people. And oh wait, I'll probably use the found one. That one's pretty good. And it just, again, it's just hard to make content right now in this particular climate, just because it's just, I don't know. It's just hard to talk about content right now in general. Alright, so with this boss fight, you get, it's basically just RNG. You get one of the 3 Furies. Oh, this one's by far the worst one. Because I do not remember how to fight her. There's a certain way you have to fight her, and I do not remember. So just stand back is going to be the way to do it. Just destroying all those. See, I don't know her abilities, so I can't time her attacks and stuff. So the 2 of them I do know. I know the other 2 ones, but this one I hate fighting because I never can time the abilities, man. Like, I don't know what half of her animations do. I'm assuming that one. Okay, so that one's razor blades. And see, there's still one really OP thing on here I haven't gotten yet. I'm probably gonna die here. This is not a good run. I think it was best you didn't see what happened, so okay. Probably just gonna end this run. So in terms of companies that are, in terms of things I was trying to think about doing right now, probably one of the biggest things that, oh shit, I was looking at doing is just making another tier list video. But I feel like there was a huge amount of confusion with that particular video. So I don't know if we just go to what was it called? So this one. Like, a lot of people I don't think understood the entire concept of the video. So a lot of people are talking about, like, how would you not have Corsair and stuff like that on there? And I'm like, this is a pre-built thing. So again, I think I talked to you guys about this a little bit beforehand. I'm thinking about probably doing something more so, like, not just talking about, like, I'll probably do it like specific categories. So I'll probably do like best motherboard brands. Like, it's probably just gonna be a brand thing, you know? No, I'm not ending stream right now. I mean, I'll probably end it here in a little bit because I gotta go somewhere here, or I gotta help. Yeah, I gotta help my friend out here in a little bit. Around like 2. I probably gotta leave here in probably about 10 minutes. But yeah, still, I don't think that. In terms of, I mean, I still would always been kind of thinking about content that I need to do. I still need to edit a video. I'm probably gonna put it out this weekend, about that kind of stuff. RAM brands, there's really, so funny enough, as you think that there's a bunch of people who make RAM sticks, there's not. You have Crucial, Samsung, and what's the other one? I mean, it's mainly just Crucial and Samsung. Crucial, Samsung. Oh, shoot. Let's look at DRAM suppliers. There's not very many. Everybody else just basically makes their own heat sinks. Okay, so Micron. So yeah, so Micron, Samsung, and Hynix. So those are the only 3 companies that make RAM. Those are the only 3 companies that make, like, that manufacture the actual RAM. Everybody else just puts on their own heat spreaders and stuff like that. Ooh, brand should be an interesting comment section. Yeah. Or for RAM itself, or should I just talk about computer brands? Because that's kind of what my intention was with that last video. The tier list was just talking about gaming PC pre-built brands. It wasn't necessarily supposed to be any like one set of PCs. What are these? Yeah, so it's a main gear and then Zabe. But yeah. So I was probably thinking about, I was going to do a keyboard one, and I asked, since I didn't know anything about keyboards, and I was like asking, I was like, yo, why don't you guys like make a list and I'll kind of put it all together. And nobody put together lists. So I'm like, all right, guess we're not doing keyboards anymore. But yeah. All right, well, I'm probably going to end the stream there today. If you guys have any more questions for anybody else using chat. Yeah, so this is going to be my Friday night stream because I got stuff going on tonight. Since I usually do it Friday nights, but I did do it this afternoon. So thank you guys for stopping by. Lena, thank you as always for stopping by. Kazi and everybody else who stopped by was in chat. And hopefully I see you guys in the next one. Peace.